Falcon Blues TV is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Protect your devices for as little as £2 a month. Click on the link in the description to get up to 80% off your yearly subscription.
How are we doing, everybody? Falcon Blues. Unfortunately, Paul and Dave couldn't be here today, so you've got a significant downgrade, I'm afraid, because I'm doing the interview. But we've still got sexy Richard Buxton here, who's going to be helping us out. We've just been to see the game where it was Everton 0, Arsenal 1. Richard, how did you see it?
Same old again, isn't it? It's similar to Wolves and similar to Fulham, albeit didn't create any chances. And the frustrating thing was, you could see it coming. You could see that Arsenal had that VAR goal disallowed. You thought maybe they'll heed the warning, but it took a good half an hour for Everton to get their act together. And unfortunately, the end result was sort of what we expected.
Yeah, I mean, I would have taken a 0-0 at half time. It's unfortunate as well because we had a good week with results elsewhere, with other teams in the relegation zone dropping points. So it would have been a good chance to maybe, steal a march on them, but sadly not. And it's Brentford away next, who are a very good team, and we're not a very good team, so they can only see that going one way, can't you? Luton is going to be a relegation 15-pointer. Basically, every game now I'm going to add more 3 points on it. So eventually we'll get to midway through the season, it'll be a relegation 46-pointer. That's where we're going to get with
where
all
are the
these
next
games
coming from? I think Luton's probably the only real what you call banker, because I can't see where else Dice gets points from. And
there is no such thing as a banker at the moment.
No, but I mean, you'd think Luton's a fair bet. They are rock bottom, aren't they still? So you'd hope that there might be some salvation there. But
I don't even know what the best result for tomorrow is with Burnley and Forest, because I don't know. Maybe it's best for Forest to win and keep Burnley on 0, or maybe a draw is good because it keeps Forest from breaking away from the pack. I don't know. Are Forest even going to be there at the end of the season? They're probably not.
Are Everton going to be there at the end of the season?
Oh, absolutely. Everton are going to be down there. I mean,
I'm trying to delude myself a little bit with the.
No, Everton are going to absolutely be down there. The only way now it will be if we go on a ridiculous run where we win a bunch of games we're not supposed to.
That's never going to happen with Sean Dyche, though, is it? That's never going to happen.
I don't know. I was very critical of Dyche after the first game, wasn't I? Because of the subs and stuff. Today he picked probably the best starting lineup he could have picked.
Well, I mean, Mikalenko, you could probably say is the one question mark, but yeah, I think obviously
Patterson's not been in form. I mean, I like Patterson, but he's not been in form. And Mikalenko, I don't think was too bad today.
No, but it wasn't.
He's not the reason we lost anyway. But you can say that about a few things today.
I think the biggest concern for me was that the fans instinctively, and I understand this is a defence mechanism, was to round on the referee at the final whistle. And I'm thinking, in another game, I'd probably understand that, but Everton offered nothing. I think maybe start looking with inwardly a bit, but I get it. It's a defence mechanism. You don't want to turn on the manager in September, but unfortunately, it feels like where's the next point coming from? Because after Luton, you look at the fixtures up into Christmas and New Year.
Well, you were running through them just then. Before we started recording this, Richard got his phone up and was running through games. You go like, we'll lose that, we'll lose that, we'll lose that, we'll lose that, and it's like, and I had no response to him. I was like, oh yeah, probably. And
I've said it on Twitter already today. Forget 777. I've listed the club with a takeover. This squad and this manager will do it for them, unfortunately, because there's no fight, there's no game plan.
I suppose we should probably talk about 777, shouldn't we?
Do we have to?
I mean, just do you think it's a good idea or not? Yes or no?
It's absolutely not a good idea.
Yeah, I agree.
There's too many red flags, and people are looking at the allegations against them about bribery and what have you, and Josh Wander's cocaine conviction, which unfortunately that won't become a factor because the Premier League will just wave it through. Because
I hope not. I hope this is the only. I mean, the only way that it might not get way through is if there's enough pressure from the fans on the league to do something. That's the only way I can see them.
I mean, the way through Saudi Arabia, and also.
Well, the difference is that the Newcastle fans really wanted Saudi to go through. That's the difference. Newcastle fans said we want this, whereas we don't want this. So maybe that will swing it some way, and they think maybe the Premier League will look at it and go, we can get some brownie points for the Everton fans who won't put it through. I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess that, but Burnley didn't want ALK, and look what happened with them. The issue is with 777 is that the convictions and all the allegations won't count against them. It's more if they've got the financial capital to buy the club, because Leverage buyout's been banned at the Premier League AGM this summer. Now, unfortunately, I feel like they are going to sneak it somehow to find some way of drumming up funding from somewhere, whether it's through loans or private equity. They'll find a way. They'll get the club on the cheap, because we know that this year he's not going to sell it for the full £400 million because of the state the club's in. And Everton can be stuck with some owners who are clearly not interested in bettering the club. They're just interested in the bottom line and taking a distress asset, as they've done with Genoa, as they've done with Standard Liège, Vasco da Gama. the list is endless.
So what you're saying, Richard, really, if I can break this down, is that there are lots of reasons to be optimistic right now.
Oh yeah. I'm sunny disposition as always with Everton. You know, another great week lying ahead.
Oh God. Well, thank you for joining me today.
No problem.
To everyone watching on YouTube, hope you're all right. I'll send this to Paul. He'll put it up on the YouTubes. Hopefully Everton can win next week. Until then, you take care of yourselves.